So I really wanted to make a video that covers a beginner method to playing R&B keyboards or chord progressions, chord voicings. So what we're going to do is start with our left hand and we're going to play this chord. So left hand goes pinky, middle, index finger, and that's what we call a triad. The moment you take your right hand and play the B, maybe with your index finger for instance, you've created a major 7 voicing for that chord. Now, what I love about doing this is it's very simple to learn how to play these chords, especially in the key of C major. We're just going to now move up, and every finger is going to follow each other. Keep going. So my fingers never actually changed. I'm just sort of tracking my hands up the keyboard, all white keys, come back down. And this is really a perfect place to start. So even if you're a complete beginner, you're trying to learn how to do R&B chord progressions, this is actually a great place to start. Going up. Very simple. And what's really cool is you can even take this a step further. I could take maybe the ring finger on my right hand and play the D up above, and this gives you a 9 chord, a major 9 chord, and the same method applies. Come down. And once you've done this, it's good to kind of try just jumping around maybe and not just going one key at a time. So maybe I'll go C major 7, E minor 7, D minor 7. So I'm kind of jumping up a key, or from C major 7 to F major 7. And that's like already starting to sound like a song. And you might even feel compelled to kind of mess around with your right hand even a little bit more. And add little riffs with your right hand. That's a great place to start. Now, when you want to take it a step further, you will start to practice more formal chord progressions, especially chord progressions that are built within the genre of R&B music, chord progressions that you can hear on hits today on the charts. I love to teach those. I have a ton of videos on the channel where we do it in R&B and especially lo-fi hip-hop styles. But here's a very typical one. So what we're going to do, when you play these chords, going straight up, and back down, I want you to give each chord a number. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're back really to 1, right? Which is just the same thing down there. So we have 1 through 7. Each chord gets a number. You may hear people refer to this as the number system. So where we take this a step further is because I've given each chord a number, it's really easy to name chord progressions. So if this is 1 and this is 2 and so on, what would a 2-5-1 be? And a 2-5-1 is one of the most popular chord progressions. It's built into the DNA of jazz, R&B, soul, many popular genres of music. And here, this would be 2, this would be 5, and that would be 1. And that's right there another great thing to try now with this new technique. So we're going to go 2, 5, 1. Again. And of course, at any time, feel free to pause this video or save it, come back to this chapter, keep practicing these things step by step with me, because I really think this is a great method for people who want to play these chords, want to make their own R&B tracks, but just don't have a keyboard teacher to show them this method. It's a really great method. So now, once you've done this, instead of having that jump, so notice how you jump up, I mean, it sounds okay, but you can obviously make it a little bit better. And this is where people start to really dive into more of the voicings that are built into playing the keyboards, playing the piano in general. So what I'm going to do is, when I go to the G7 chord, instead of jumping so much, maybe let's take the top notes, like these two notes, and let's bring them down an octave. So my F, which I'm playing with the index finger of my right hand, could actually come down here. And the D, which I'm playing right now with the index finger of my left hand, could come down here. And so if I take my pinky, middle, index, and thumb, I'm now playing that same exact chord that was originally up here, but I've moved those notes down. And you can actually play this with just your left hand too. It's kind of neat. And that's a really nice trick for playing the G7 chord without jumping so much up the keyboard, right? So again, we have the 2 chord. And when we lead ourselves to this new voicing, you'll notice that really all that's happening here is these 2 notes move down into that new voicing we just learned. And what's even more cool about this is when I want to go to the 1 chord, notice the connection to the previous chord. The bottom 2 notes just go down to resolve me to the 1 chord, or the C major 7. So you end up getting something like this, which you can play with just one hand, preferably on your left hand, and I'll show you why. A 2-5-1 in just one hand. And you'll notice that sounds a lot smoother than if I was to go, because there's less of a jump, right? This is sometimes referred to casually as voice leading, which is an important term. It means different things in music, but on the keyboards, just in general, I use it to mean smoother changes between chords. And again, I'm just playing this with my left hand. And this is really the beginning of picking up R&B piano. Super approachable, easy to do. Take your time with this, practice it a lot before you try to jump ahead. But if you have gotten to this part of the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more, because I do tons of content just like this, which is already on my channel, you can check out. But what I'm going to do now is add one more chord. It's actually my favorite part of the chord progression. So when I go 2-5-1, I'm obviously resolving to the 1 chord, which is a C major 7 chord. But now what I'm going to do is add on one more chord, and that would be the 6 chord. So if this is the 1 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that would place me at this chord. But this is really high up. Again, I don't want to jump, right? I don't want to go from here all the way up to there, because that's just not the effect I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do is play a 2-5-1, and I'm going to go down 1, 7, 6 to the A that's down here. And it gives it kind of a nice, gentle movement down in pitch. So again, 2, 5, 1, 6. Just like that. And again, I'm just doing this with my left hand. So what I love about this is with my right hand, I can make up melodies with my right hand. And that's a lot of times where songs are born, and a lot of cool R&B riffs are born right on your Midi keyboard. So if you found this video useful, make sure to save it, come back to it, keep practicing with it if you need to. Make sure to leave comments below if you have any questions or would like me to talk further about this technique and, you know, take it further. It's a great place to start if you're a total beginner, but even if you've been playing keyboards on your own for a while, this might have even sparked some inspiration or some different ways of thinking about these things for yourself. And if you're getting into music production and keyboard playing, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.